Are we going to see Paul Heyman, the wise man, back on television anytime soon?
There are three honest answers to that. The first one, which you won't like, is everyone who has an extended run in this industry, and mine is now almost 40 years and almost all of it at the very, very top. Thank you. You always look for what's the perfect exit. You know, what you don't want to, it's better to burn out than fade away, you know? The last thing you want to do is have an unglamorous exit and say, if I only got out 18 months earlier when that happened. So I felt that way at ECW One Night Stand, like, if I'm going to get out, this is the moment to get out. Brock and I even joked the night that he conquered the streak, hey, if we're going to get out, this is getting out on top. If there was ever a moment that I could look back on and say that was a perfect ending, it was what happened in Madison Square Garden. So that's number one. Number two, what I don't want to do is just be on television for the sake of being on television. Everything we do has to be relevant. That's the whole theory behind the island of relevancy. So if I were to have come back at SummerSlam with Roman Reigns, it wouldn't have meant anything. There was nothing for me to contribute to that moment. If I had to come back last week on television with Roman Reigns, there was nothing for me to do. I could introduce him, okay. But that's a moment. It's not a moment that extends. It goes back to saying winning and losing matters, by orders of the tribal chief. When I come back on television, if I come back on television, when I do, that moment is going to set up a year worth of storylines. I will come back when it's relevant for me to come back, when I'm needed to come back, when I can add to Roman Reigns and not just ride his coattails and hang off of his glory. I love Jimmy Hart. I really do. I have so much respect for Jimmy Hart. But I don't want to be Jimmy Hart carrying the boas for Hulk Hogan. I want to do something that contributes so much to the act that you sit there and say, I love Roman Reigns, but my God, I love him so much more with the wise man, Paul Heyman. So the third answer to that is, if you really want to know if I'm coming back and when I'm coming back, stay tuned, bitches. You ain't seen nothing yet.